Hello, Gothamites, and welcome to the Gotham Knight channel. I am your host, the Gotham Knight, and today we are. It's a fun show. It's a walk down memory lane, and we are celebrating the 30th anniversary of Batman Returns in theaters. Yes, so 30 years ago, Batman Returns came out to a follow up of an amazing blockbuster film, and Tim Burton, along with Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer, uh, came onto the scene, and it was a truly visionary film by Tim Burton. And pretty much the studio let him have what he wanted. So we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in. We're gonna celebrate. I'm gonna try to take you guys to that past time to give you that feel. How was it during this time? And just celebrate it. And I want to talk about Batman Returns, and I want to definitely show you guys a little bit of the trailer at the time. And I don't want to get copyright stricken. Of course, WB does strike down a lot, but let's get excited. This is what we would have seen during that time. Okay, and I'm using their official channel because they uploaded this like 8 years ago. So, yeah. So let's watch the trailer together. And so I'm gonna lower the volume a little because I don't want to get copyright stricken. And hopefully, if I talk over it, I love, I love the swords. I love Tim Burton's look. Yeah, I thought that was a very nice intro to Catwoman. And I'm gonna pause it right here because oh my goodness, look at Michelle Pfeiffer's face right there. Oh my goodness, what a thing of beauty in a Catwoman suit, right? Oh my god. All right, let's continue on. I love I love this movie, and I think for us like during the time, I think that all that kiss is amazing. I think at the time the suit that Batman wore, some of us were just wondering like, why did it have like it looks like a mechanical type armor rather than the one that came from the '89. This was very cool. So one thing I will say is that during this film, you kind of felt like um, I was a kid in high school, and this was definitely a film I was looking forward to. The music, everything was on point. And when you go back and look at it, you're like, well, at the time I even knew that it was in the sets. The sets were smaller scale versus what you saw in Batman '89. I think a lot of people feel that, especially like now what's going on with Star Wars, where you could start seeing like the sets and how they're kind of like limited in space and scope, and you start to feel that. This film really felt like, oh wow, they did this on studio sets. Well, at least for me, I felt that. I thought that was great. And the Batpod, that was cool. That was very cool. So I want to share a couple of things, and one of the things is that this was originally posted on Empire magazine, but I support comic books, so I look at comic book resource. And we're going to talk about Tim Burton explains why Catwoman is his favorite Batman character. So, Batman Returns director Tim Burton reveals why Catwoman is his favorite Batman character and why he loves what he loves about Michelle Pfeiffer's version. Batman Returns director Tim Burton has disclosed why Catwoman is his favorite Batman character. In an interview with Empire, Burton responded to a question about the DC villain's unpredictability and how isn't a typical strong female character. Yeah, and that's why I love that character. That's my favorite character. The director explained that that's what Michelle Pfeiffer did such a beautiful job with. To me, it's a strong character. It's not about being a strong woman. And I love that about her. With Michael and her and all of them, they're like silent movie actors. Michelle, she did things that I was so amazed and impressed by. She truly was that character. Her unpredictability and her vulnerability and her psychology, everything all in one. I am going to agree with you. I am going to agree with you and say that Michelle Pfeiffer, to me, Julie Newmar will always be my Catwoman, just because that's when I was a kid, and man, I knew I loved Catwoman. And as a little boy, Julie Newmar in that suit was amazing. However, Michelle Pfeiffer, definitely the runner-up to Julie Newmar. Michelle Pfeiffer, an amazing job, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful actress, and her performance as Catwoman, I will still judge any other Catwoman to see. Now, Zoe in the Batman, I really liked it. Um, uh, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on Christian Bale's Catwoman. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. It's at the tip of my tongue. You guys will let me know. I'm gonna remember like 5 seconds after I'm done recording, and so I felt that the Catwoman from Christopher Nolan wasn't the best, but Zoe's character, Zoe in the Batman, I think she did a wonderful job. Was it Michelle Pfeiffer's? No, I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer is just one of a kind. I think Zoe's gonna make her own type of role, um, and have that set. But definitely, Michelle Pfeiffer um, is the bar with, I think, Zoe, Anne Hathaway. There you go. Leapfrogging over Anna Hathaway's Catwoman, because we didn't get a full enough version of Anne Hathaway and being a cat, right? We saw her stealing and doing that. It just wasn't, to me. It wasn't a full Catwoman character. However, needless to say, it's still a great film that Anne Hathaway and The Dark Knight Rises did. But Zoe did an amazing job. I think she's done a better version, because it's a fuller version of Catwoman. Um, of course, just like I said, Julie Newmar, Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh my goodness, they're just amazing. So, wanted to read you guys that, um, and share a little bit of that period, because this period was amazing, because 89 Batman came out, smash hit. It resonated with the audience. and people were just, oh my goodness, just in love with it. And then Tim Burton comes along and does his full version. But during this time, there's a lot of um, support. And I will say that when '89 Batman hit, it was an explosion, and things were catching up to come out with this very popular movie. '89 was quite opposite. They were already prepared, and they're starting to get stuff out. Now, what happened with what we're gonna know is that in Tim Burton's full version of what he envisioned for Returns, the studio felt that it was a lot darker. I, for one, loved it. I loved it. Um, but a lot of the audience felt lost because it was much darker. And I don't think that there was enough. Um, there wasn't enough to sell toys, and that's what it comes down to. And if you're not gonna have an audience that comes back for it, I think that's what hurt Batman Returns and ultimately left drew away Tim Burton from the franchise because they wanted more, a little bit more pop, and that's what brought in Joel Schumacher and that whole experience, which is another. We'll talk about that history, but yeah, I was very sad to see Tim Burton not get to come back and do a Batman 3. But people were not going to McDonald's for the Batman toys and the Happy Meals. And ultimately, if you don't know during these times that if you don't sell toys, if you don't sell enough accessories that go to support these films, it's very hard to have them be profitable. And I don't think Batman Returns was like a big enough profitable movie for Warner Brothers to continue down that path. I loved it because it launched not only this but the animated series. It brought in a lot of definitely influence to the comics at that time, and I simply loved it. Great memories. This was actually I played football. I was actually getting my cast off. I had broken my leg at the time, and the day that Batman Returns was coming out, I made my appointment so early in the morning because I had to get to theaters, and I went to get my cast off, and I had a skinny leg, and I had my dad, my brother, my sister, and I had two friends. All we were like, you know, we can go after you get your cast, but I was like, nope. I was adamant. I had to get it off early just so that way I can go see the first viewing of this. So here I go. I still had crutches because my leg's weak, and I'm hopping all all the way. And people were very nice to let me go by, and I was like, oh wow. I said, all right. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm not gonna miss it. I am a diehard Batman fan, and it's a great memory. Especially because my father and my sister are no longer here, and those two friends that I went with, one of them is no longer with us as well. So it's great memories. It's fond memories, and definitely loved this period in time. It was great to be a comic book nerd, to love comics, to collect figures and collectibles and toys, and they were still just known as toys. They weren't collectibles, but it was turning. You know, that tide was turning to for that geekdom, and definitely fun. And I saw something that was very cool that a fellow Batman fan had posted. I wanted to show you guys. This is on Amazon, and it's Batman Returns: One Dark Christmas Eve, the illustrated holiday classic cover. And so this is something that I wanted to share with you guys. And yes, I live in San Antonio. We don't know, I run a comic convention, but I thought that was something very cool. And I went out there to go look at like all these little like Batman Returns for the 30th anniversary, and it came up to the Dark Knight, and I was like, we didn't. I don't see as much celebration. right, for the 30th anniversary of Batman Returns, and it kind of lets you know that, for '89 there was a lot of stuff for the anniversary of it. Not so much for, um, not so much for, Batman Returns, and it's just telling at the time, right? It tells you of the times, but definitely a great film. One I celebrate, that I love, and I hope you do too. I love Batman Returns, and I want to do an in-depth video for this, and hopefully I'll get you guys to do that, and um, definitely want to share some of the little Easter eggs and hints about it. But this is the anniversary. I woke up excited to record this. I woke up just that feeling like I had when I was a kid trying to get to the theaters, and I wanted to share that with you guys. But let me know. Did you love Batman Returns? Did you enjoy Batman Returns? Were you around for that Batman Returns? And were you excited just like I was to get into that theater to see it? So let me know. Um, Definitely enjoy your day out in Gotham City, guys. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. We definitely could use the support. We're almost to 1,000, and we're gonna give away a very cool prize for one of our listeners once we reach 1,000. So tell your friends, tell your family if they love Batman to subscribe to the channel. We definitely hope to see you guys later. Take care.